So, state your name and where did you go to school?
My name is Derek Harris, and I went to Hampton University.
Okay. And tell us why you chose to go to Hampton.
I chose to go to Hampton because I had been around a whole bunch of different races my whole life, and I decided that I wanted to be around people with like-minded ideals throughout college.
Okay. So, how was your experience at Hampton? Was it like what you were expecting it to be as a HBCU?
It was actually, but in the beginning it was tough. They actually made it tough on you, and they kind of, made you appreciate life a little bit more.
Mhm.
They didn't make anything easy, and it wasn't necessarily just because it was a black school. It was just because they were trying to teach us how to be grown-ups. Um,
Okay.
so actually, by the time it was time for graduation, we actually learned and appreciated what we went through.
Okay. All right. So, do you I guess appreciate the fact that you went there? Do you regret it? Do you wish you had chose a different school? Maybe experience going to a PWI,
I
or
wouldn't change a thing.
you wouldn't change a thing? Okay.
Start off with your name and what school you go to.
My name is Yai Della Jokbe, but people call me Della, and I go to Virginia Commonwealth University.
Would you say that African American professors are well represented here?
No.
Not at all. Why do you say that?
Well, I'm in the LSEE program, which is Liberal Studies for Elementary Education, and I've had about more than a dozen professors that are in this program at this point, and only one of them was African American, and she wasn't even in the building.
Oh
And
my
by in the
goodness.
building, I mean like we have a small part in LSE classes are taught in, but that's not in the LSE building. That means that she doesn't have an office in the LSE building, so she wasn't even really like, I guess, connected to the LSE name. So,
Would you say you've ever felt out of place on the campus?
not necessarily. No,
Have you ever thought about attending an HBCU?
no.
Why not?
I feel that attending an HBCU, oftentimes when it comes to being like stereotyped, sometimes people who are within your race can be the worst.
Would you say you've gained any cultural understanding being at a PWI that you wouldn't have gotten at a HBCU?
No,
Not at all.
no cultural understanding.
Start with your name and what school you attend.
Name's D'Angelo Boston, and I go to VCU.
Would you say that African American professors are well represented at your school?
I haven't had any African American professors, so no, I don't think they're well represented at our school.
And how long have you been at VCU?
2 years.
Do you think people make assumptions about you or your character based off the color of your skin?
Yes, I could say that some people are skeptical and very hesitant.
Have you ever been treated unfairly because of it?
I have one story of I was at a 7-Eleven on campus, and the clerk was watching my every move.
Have you gained any cultural understanding attending a PWI that perhaps you wouldn't have gotten if you went to an HBCU?
Yes, I think I have obtained a lot of understanding.
Would you have liked to have attended an HBCU?
I would have liked to attend a HBCU to get more of, the culture behind African American history, and I guess you'd say brotherhood, but I'm very comfortable where I'm at.
Have you done any sports on your campus?
Yes, I did track.
And while you were doing it, did you experience any positive stereotypes?
Well, I did a high jump, so I guess that helped when someone would say, "Oh yeah, you jump really high because you're black."
Has the phrase "you're blank for a black guy" ever been directed towards you?
Yes, I've gotten "you're attractive for a black guy" and "you're smart for a black guy." So.
Okay, so this last question says, do you wish you would have went to a HBCU? Honestly, no. I'm very satisfied with the selection of schools that I chose. At least for me personally, I think that I got a decent exposure and a more well-rounded exposure to all kinds of ethnicities and all kinds of just different people that I interacted with throughout my college career. For me, I went to a predominantly black elementary, middle, and high school, and then my high school was very, very small. So for me, going from a place like Richmond Community to a place like Old Dominion and a place like VCU, for me, I feel like it made me a more rounded person and made me more aware of the things that are in society and how to handle and interact with different things that I come in contact with and different people that I come in contact with every day. So yeah,